Friends, hello, welcome back. Hope it's having a lovely day. Florida finds a way to bounce back, get back in the series down 2-0, and gets back in 3-2, loses game 6. Thinking, oh, Toronto's going to battle back in this one. Nonetheless, though, Florida says, hold on just 1 second. Sergei Bobrovsky and company says, I got something for you. Florida's going to do it. Florida with a team. One of the scariest teams you see in playoffs. When you see Brad Marchand in that bottom six, when you see guys like Brad Marchand, Matthew Tkachuk, Sam Bennett, Nosek, you have these guys that are just absolute grinders, absolutely physical as it gets. And they are built to be a playoff team. They are built to make deep runs. And once again, they're doing that this season, trying to win yet another Stanley Cup. Ekblad, Forsling, Seth Bones Jones in there. Smith, Kulikov, Sergei Bobrovsky, Blue Jackets legend. Trying to once again help his team get to the promised land. They're going to go up against the familiar foe in the Carolina Hurricanes. Svechnikov, Aho, Jarvis, Stankoven. Carolina, pretty solid bottom six as well. You know, it's ever so important. You know, these teams come with these powerful top lines, these powerful offenses in the top six, but it's the matter of, you know what, when we're going defense on top, defense on top offense, when you're playing that shutdown hockey, can that bottom six grind across some goals and get your team in the driver's seat to win some hockey games in the postseason? Carolina, once again, with the team built in that fashion. Slavin, Burns, Orlov, Chatfield, if he plays. Hopeful he comes back in for the conference finals, but as always, we know how non-transparent these injury reports are, so we'll see what happens there. We got him in there. Freddie and Kochekov in net for the Carolina Hurricanes conference finals Stanley Cup appearance on the line for these two teams. Carolina finishing with just one more point than the Panthers this season, going to find themselves as the team with home ice advantage in this one. Here we go, game number 1. Let's see what we can get going. I'm expecting some low scoring hockey games into this series, starting off just like so. Shots 14-1, all Florida in that first period, but Freddie standing strong early for this Carolina team. Can we continue to see that? We will not. Florida gonna push that door open a little bit there. Barkov, Ekblad on Freddie Anderson there, and finally Florida is finally starting to get the ball rolling. Carolina gonna bounce back into this one. No, Dmitry Orlov on Sergei Bobrovsky. Florida the insurance goal. Marchand late in about halfway through the third period. Power play. Florida comes up empty-handed. Carolina with a chance to bounce back in this one, but once again, it has been a lot. Oh, I was gonna say it's been a lot of Florida, but early Carolina bouncing back into this one. Got to get the red circles right. Carolina gets a goal 3-2, but once again, Florida with the answer. Florida with the empty netter, and Florida is going to jump ahead 1-0 in this series. Carolina, see what they can do in game number 2 here. Get back into this series. I think this one's got a great chance. Going 7 strong, 2 tough teams. Barkov got to spare with the goals. Florida pulling away early. Barkov again is getting hot in this series. You best be careful when a defensive juggernaut like Barkov is forced to go out there, stand on the ice a lot, and then put a bunch of pucks in the back of the net. Carolina, do we have an answer? Or are we just going to keep on getting pounded by the Florida Panthers? 40 shots, Florida Panthers. It's not even been close. Carolina has not showed up to this series yet. Sure, they got back into the last one, but man, it has been all Florida. And they're going to win this one 6-1. It is starting to get ugly. Can Carolina wake up? Can Carolina get back into this one? It felt like on paper, Florida had the better team. We know how Carolina can play in a postseason. Once again, no goals scored in the first period. It has taken a little bit for these teams to get their footing going. Goaltending has been strong in the early periods. 1-1 after 2. Blake and Reviive with the goals. Florida, once again, the shots have been all the talk these first 3 games, 22-13. Carolina just feels like the possession, the game has been all Florida, all domination. They're once again nearly doubling their shots. Big save there by Bobrovsky. Keeping Florida in it. Florida rides that momentum, puts one in the back of the net. It is going to be Luosterainen. Sebastian Aho gets his team back into this one. A much needed goal there for the Carolina Hurricanes. Shots 29-19. Shot from the point there. Bobrovsky with the save. Freddie Anderson answers with a save of his own on Reviive from the top of the point there. Here we go. 4:41 left, and Florida once again puts one in the back of the net. This time Rodriguez right in front of the goalie. You cannot let anybody just walk into your crease like that. Insurance empty netter. Florida is going to walk away with this one. Florida looking like they could be getting the brooms out. going on a little vacation before the Stanley Cup Finals. Here we go for Carolina. Can you pull up the miracle? Can you pull off 4 straight W's? It's amazing. Every single game has started off scoreless in the first period. Can we get some action going here in a second? It has been the action period. Carolina finally looking like they got a little bit of life here, but Florida's going to just pull away. Freddie's giving up 2. No sec. Rodriguez has been having a stellar series for the Florida Panthers. It is 17-15 power play. Carolina going to get back into this one. Reinhart with the shot there. Roslovic with the goal on Bobrovsky. Can Carolina put another one in the back of the net before this period ends? Get a little bit more momentum going into the third. They will. 29 seconds left. Blake with the goal. They needed that one, and they needed that one desperately. Here we go. Third period. Series on the line. If you're Carolina, fall behind 2-0 in this one. Battles back, makes it 2-2. Can they get themselves just one more? Can they breathe a little bit of life into this team? There it is. Sebastian Aho on Sergei Bobrovsky right up against the red line, up in the goalie space. Bobo lets it in halfway through the third. Can Carolina hold on to this leader? We're going to see Florida finally pull away. Once again, it finally feels like it's been a little bit more of an even match the game, and Carolina has found a way to grind across just one more goal. We have 5 minutes left. Florida, do you have anything? Carolina keeping things out wide for this team. Not a lot of high scoring opportunities. That is the type of hockey you need to play. And they are now down 3-1. Take it one game at a time. They need to now win 3 straight to beat the Florida Panthers. Finally, some goals in the first period. Carolina once again jumping ahead. 2-1. Gives up the lead there in the second period. It is now 2-2. No sec with a goal on Freddie Anderson. Power play for the Florida Panthers. Reinhart buries one, and you can start to feel the air just being sucked out of the building and the life being sucked out of the Carolina Hurricanes. 2-3 straight goals. They do finally battle right back in. I was gonna say battle back to actually Kachekov or Barkov with the goal in Kachekov. And here it, jeez, they got to go to the backup, try to get a little life into this team. It's not happening. It's getting ugly. A 5 spot for the Florida Panthers in the second period, and this one feels like it's all but over. It has been all Florida for 4 of the 5 games, and Florida is just putting a bow tie on this one. A couple bow ties. They're actually getting the second present wrap now. 8-2. Ugly. Almost put up double digits. Florida is going to win this series in 5. Carolina is going to be walked out the door. Florida playing some stellar hockey. 12 points out of Sam Reinhart. What a series. 11 out of Rodriguez. That line was just absolutely disgusting. 10.6 goals, 4 assists for Barkov. You had 5 points out of Brad Marchand. -4 for Roslovic over there in company. The goaltending. Bobrovsky played solid. 9-17. Wasn't stellar, but was above average. Good enough to keep his team in this one early in games. Got the momentum going. Freddie Anderson had an ugly appearance, and he would like to forget about that one, I am sure. Nonetheless, that is going to wrap things up for this video. As always, if y'all enjoyed it, I'd appreciate you liking and subscribing. You never have to. Thank y'all for watching. We'll see you next time.